Justin has been building some of the most advanced AI agents with a focus on marketing workflows. From MindStudio to multi-agent workflows, he's turning AI into real operator-grade systems. Show us another one, maybe where you have some integrations, or I'd love to explore a use case for MCP.
Okay, so let me show you guys this one because this one has extreme practicality, and then I'll show the MCP stuff that I'm doing. I built this one really for my customers because we have a weekly call, and they would bring their Google ad campaigns to our weekly call, and what they would do is they'd open their campaign, and I would look through all the numbers, and I'd say, okay, here's what's wrong, here's what you need to do this week, and you should probably change your ads to this. I don't need to do that anymore. And I'm not trying to kick myself out of a job, but my job is to give my customers the same resources and tools that I use. So what we do here is we have a normal start block on demand, just click run. Then we have an upload block and where they can upload their search terms. So really essentially what they do, they go into their Google campaign, they download 2 reports, and they would upload those 2 reports to this agent. The first report is going to essentially, I just told it how to do what I would do when I look at it. So please identify this ad, identify the top performing ads, conversion rate, CTR, identify the underperforming, identify the top performing, underperforming search terms. So it just looks at all the ad data now that we've uploaded it. This one is then going to format it all into, because we're analyzing a lot of data, we got to let the machine choose how to. If you give the machine a lot of just text, it's hard for it to find things. But if you give it a lot of text and then you let it categorize that text via JSON, I just asked ChatGPT, hey, give me the JSON formatting for this, and it'll just give me that. So now it can take all that data, categorize it so it understands where it put everything. And we pass that forth to the campaign reporter, and then we display it. So I used to have this where it would do all the stuff, and then it would write new ads, and then it would say, here, it's done. But then I realized nobody's getting to learn in the process. So I put a little pause in here. And so the display block, it displays the results. What did you find? What were the insights and the feedback on my campaign? Show me that feedback. And then it says, would you like me to make the suggested changes? If yes, click next. So at that point, they would learn why their campaign was underperforming, what was winning, what was losing. We display, they click next, and then it goes ahead and it writes the new ad copy and the new keywords, and then displays that to you. And now you just have to go copy, paste that into your ad account, and you're good to go. And so this thing is good. I mean, it is as good as I am, and I've been doing this for 20 years at very high levels.
You've codified yourself, Justin. So this agent specifically analyzes and provides a revised strategy for ad campaign.
Yes.
Based on your past performance. You also talked about other agent that predicts how an ad would perform. Yes. Can you talk about that? Okay. That's really intriguing.
Yeah, so this one, much more advanced. We've got data sources in here. No functions yet on any of these. I really kind of stay away.
So you're starting to bring in the RAG capabilities now.
Yes, yeah.
Love it.
So what I did is I had actually started out with just one customer persona. And so essentially, you know, what the job is to do here is I'm going to give it an ad. It's going to then analyze the ad, looking at my customer persona, and then it's going to ask the customer persona for feedback on that ad. And then it's going to give that feedback to the copywriter who's going to write new ads. And then it's going to display the new ads to us. And then we're going to send it to the prediction engine, which is going to take a look at the 3 new ads, the customer persona, the original ads, and it's going to do this advanced scoring to tell us which one of these has the highest likelihood. A very smart man named 𝗫𝗫𝗀𝗃 from Atomize.ai, guy is brilliant. He came up with the idea of AI swarms. He said, listen, when you show your ads to people online, you're not just showing them to one type of person. Even if you do great targeting, A male and a female might see it. Somebody who's younger or older might see it. You know, an offline business owner versus an online business owner might see it. Very different cases. And so I then went and made 13. I thought about who are all the different types of people who might see my ad. And then I made customer personas for each one of them. And you can see there's a red box around this. You just click the group button. When you click the group button, it will, by nature, it's sequential, meaning it's going to do this one, then that one, then this one. But sometimes, like when I have a bunch of research agents, I want to run those in parallel, which is going to save a lot of processing time. They're really good at playing a role. And so it's pretending to be this customer persona. So now what's happening is I'm passing it the ad, and it's just like a focus group, which is what businesses have been using for decades, maybe centuries. So we pass the ad to our focus group of all these business owners. All of them are giving me feedback on this. And then we pass that feedback over to the copywriter, who then uses all of that feedback. And so the copywriter then writes 3 new variations based on all that feedback. And then the prediction engine scores them based on best practices.
Something like this could be relevant to many different use cases, not just predicting the performance of an ad, but marketing, market research. You can create data sources for different personas and then either generate content that would be super personalized by persona, where personas could be demographics, age groups, things like that. Or you could do more persona-based data analysis. You've already talked about using Claude extensively for a lot of your data synthesis or ChatGPT, and then you feed that data into MindStudio. So you have 2 tools already. Talk to me about other tools in your toolkit. What other AI tools are you using?
For the first time in my life, anything I want to build, I can now build. I'm not limited. Like, I can imagine something and I can go from imagination to actually building a saleable product. I use Manus, and that does all my research and writing, as well as it can create images, it can create videos. So Manus is kind of like a powerhouse tool that I use. And then I have Replit, which does my building of my websites. Lovable, Replit, like whichever one you like. They're very similar. And then MindStudio is either, right now I'm selling agents, but like you saw that predictor one, I can run that for clients through my interface. So that's a sellable product. And then the last one that I use is Claude, and that's my daily driver. That's what I use to connect to my Gmail and my Google Analytics, and that's the MCP one that we'll talk about here. But Claude is kind of like my advanced Google of the tools. So those 4 tools, I've been able to do anything to my heart's content.
That's great. You know, our toolkits are parallel but different. It's interesting. Like I use Perplexity for all my research. Claude definitely for a lot of data analysis, or if I'm trying to understand code, work my way back. And then Lovable for all visual prototyping. MindStudio is definitely common. It's both of our favorite. A lot of Notebook LM and Gamma as well for strategy work. But yeah, I see parallels, but it's interesting how we all have so many options and we all tend to lean towards our own set of preferences. What matters is the capabilities that we all have to go far beyond our original skill set or our expertise. Justin, thank you for all these great insights and really showing us how you're harnessing the power of AI, and then also how you're turning all these great tools into real, meaningful operating solutions for yourself and your clients. This was such a great conversation. I'm taking a lot out of it. I'm looking forward to go back and apply some of this.
All right. Great.
Thank you.